showing off. Wow. Hey, Joey Dimes, Dana, Christopher. I'm going to play the missing link to the video that was on Johnny Mack's that he edited out. And then I have a bunch of other interesting clips. First, I want to thank Dixie for the Cash App. I want to thank my wonderful informants that get me all these clips so that I don't have to listen to any of these people. I get clips. They're invaluable. In fact, I need to pay them money because I wouldn't listen to all these videos for nothing. Joey, it's good to see you in here. I got a bunch of positive response over the live I did with Joey and Rolex, which was actually Rolex's live, but he had technical difficulties. The only complaints I got were from the women, and they wanted to tell Rolex to get rid of the avatar. They wanted to see him because he is handsome. That's the only complaint I got. And believe me, ladies, I bitch about him all the time about that. But now we're going to hear the missing part of the video that Johnny Mack had. And I'm actually going to show Johnny Mack sitting beside Pizza, cheering him on. I'm sure that's where Pizza got his information. I'm not even mad at Pizza over this because I know he was manipulated. But it is quite funny, actually, that he gives me this much credit for being a dope slinger. Here we go.
But he's been defending my family too. None of you guys have done that for me. None. So you can't criticize him. He's the only one that stuck up for my family. The only one. A lot of people who I thought were my friends were talking to these scumbags behind my back the entire time, which I kind of knew. But that's why I didn't give out my exact location, like the address of where I was when I went on vacation. But like basically where I was going. And it got out. Imagine that. How'd that happen? Yeah. How'd that happen? Training time. Fucking. I mean, if you want to see Dr. Smith and Dre, just look at training time. It's look, I'm not going to bash her, but. You don't have to, but she wants to say I abuse my dog. And Rolex wants to say I abuse my dog. I don't have a dog anymore. The problem I have is when I don't have a dog anymore. When somebody says they're your friend and they're informing on you behind your fucking back, you know, like, was it a big fucking deal that I said that Joey Dimes whined about what? Think about it. He did whine. Joey Dimes, who's supposed to be a man, he wants to know why I'm breaking his balls. Why am I calling him out? Instead of calling me like a man, he calls a woman. So I would say that's whining. If you call a woman, why is Johnny Mack doing this? Why is Johnny Mack mad at me? Why is Johnny Mack that is whining. Who the fuck are you kidding? You whined to her. You could have called me. I gave you my number. You know, I put in your comments. It was there for a month. Everybody knows Joey Dimes ain't a man. He's an inbred and simple. But he's been defending my family too. None of you guys have done that for me. None. So
Okay, Johnny fucking Mack. I have defended Tabitha over and over and over again. Tony has degraded your whole family, said he had sex with your daughter, that your grandchildren were his. I have never said a bad word about your family, and I didn't tell a person where you went, ever. And our friendship is over. I don't ever want to talk to you again. You are wrong. And by the way, Pizza, I like that name, Tranny Time. It kind of has a ring to it. And like I said before, I'm not blaming Pizza for anything that I'm about to play because I know that Johnny Mack gassed him up and manipulated him like lots of people do. So I'm not holding him responsible for these next clips. But Johnny did text me and I didn't answer him. and said that he did nothing to the video. Well, yes, he did, because he left all this stuff out of it. But Johnny, you know that I have the best informants on the internet. The best. And if my name gets mentioned, I am going to get a clip of it. And you know that. And I never told anybody you went on vacation. I have never betrayed your trust. But you go and you gas Tony Pizza up. You told him all this stuff. I know you did, because he didn't come up with it out of the blue, even though it's ingenious. Tony, I don't blame you for any of this. I know you're a manipulated person, just like Jen Bailey and the bottom feeders. People that don't have the nerve to say stuff, they get her to do it. And I know it's the same way with you, that you get manipulated a lot of the time. And you've never done no phone calling or nothing to my people like you have everybody else. They might have a personal vendetta against you. I don't. Because guess what? My phones may be a little different than you people's phones, and my emails might be a little different. But when I get a phone call or an email or a text from someone I don't want to hear from, I block them. And if I was getting email after email after email from this Vinny Adams dude, guess what? I would block him. And I sure wouldn't be reading emails, because he doesn't even have a platform. Hardly anybody knows who he is. So you bring this stuff on yourself. Now we're going to hear the rest that was deleted. And I can't read my comments, people, unless I put my glasses on. Hi, Carlos. Good to see you in here. I guess you know all ladies got a crush on you. For good reason. Okay, now I'm going to put... These are the clips that Mack took off his video. But when he texted me, he said he didn't edit any of it and that it was all out of Tony Pizza's mouth. Well, it might have been, but you put him up to it, Johnny Mack, because you use him. You use him to go after people. You use him for content. And I am not going to hold him responsible for anything that he says.
Training time with dog business, and Rolex has a dog business, but they never get rid of any dogs. Right. So
see Johnny sitting there egging him on?
Do a lot of crystal meth and sell meth to make a living. That's how she's got all this money to throw around. And Rolex is always
look at him.
Transporting.
Come on, Tony. Keep it up.
To Atlantic City, to Joey Dimes. I mean, these people think I'm stupid. They think that I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I know what they don't. You know what I mean? That's why they attack me. I mean, his training time with a dog that talks to him. People listen to this fucking bimbo. Besides, it's not even a real woman. And that's why Rolex is all over it. And so is Joey Dimes. So, you know what I mean? Like, they got this thing. And they're all intertwined. And it's all part of the LGBTQ.
See, he's my friend, but he's not stopping Pizza from saying any of this.
Because none of these motherfuckers have that. And they can't handle real men.
There's the culprit. There's the underhanded snitch that put this guy up to it. So I am not holding Pizza responsible for any of this. Any of this.
That's Rolex. You know what I mean? Like, all in a nutshell. And Terry Time likes beta males.
No, I like real males.
I call it train time because the real Terry Time is a beautiful fucking porn star.
That's right, I am.
Fucking lot lizard from Texas.
Old porn stars turn into lot lizards, Pizza. See him standing there, supposed to be my friend? Somebody just called him and told him to shut Pizza down. And then he edited this part out of his video. You people didn't see this part. Fuck me, you wouldn't like it. I'd just lay there. Hey, this can't be wrong.
And the Constitution and freedom of speech. They don't like it. No, they don't like it. No, you know, like Angel Gotti, I derailed her show last night. I derailed training time with her dog.
Okay, Granted, Tony said all this stuff. He got it from Johnny Mack, every bit of it. And Johnny Mack put him up to saying that stuff because he doesn't have the nerve to say that stuff himself. And I had backed Johnny Mack and Tabitha since day one. I never told anybody he was on vacation, but I'm done with him. Totally, completely done with him. I can see what he is. I can see how he is using pizza for a mouthpiece, just like the women in the bottom feeders use Jen Bailey for a mouthpiece because they can manipulate her and tell her to say stuff and gas her up, and she would get on there and do all their talking because they didn't have the nerve to do it. And Mac was on the phone with somebody telling him to get him off there, get him to quit saying that stuff, and he took it out of the video. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that sweet how he took all this out of there? But by the way, Joey and Rolex, according to Pizza, you owe me some money because I'm not getting a bit of kickback on that dope slinging we were all doing. And actually, I had 5 puppies, and all 5 of them. I don't know how you figure, Pizza, that having a bunch of dogs and not selling them is going to launder any money. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm sure you'll clear us up on that fact.
Dimes who sells fentanyl and opioids in Atlantic City and has little Mexican kids jumping up and down on him on a bed. I mean, you got training time and fucking the cup Rolex connected to Joey Dimes. For what reason? We got MPS running back and forth to Florida with packages, pretending to fight with the guy Dimes who sells fentanyl and opioids in a...
Okay, that's the part that nobody got to see that Johnny Mack conveniently cut out of the video. Now you've heard it. And like I said, I'm not holding Pizza responsible for any of this because I know he was gassed up. Because I'm going to play you some clips here in a minute where Pizza, he gets rid of Mack. Right after this, in fact, he got rid of Mack. And he actually said, well, I'll have to let you hear. I don't like to talk about stuff unless I have the proof. Now, here's a couple clips where I couldn't figure out why the pull stick quit talking bad about me. Because he talked about my Virginia being as dry as the Grand Canyon and my breast hanging into the cellar and all kind. Well, I figured it out because somebody sent me a clip of Josie. I didn't even know who Josie was. Still don't really know who she is. And she was on the Angel Gotti show. And she was telling that Silo dude, whoever that is, that Pull Stick had talked bad about several women in the community. And she mentioned Angela Jade. I don't really know about that, so I'm not going to talk about it. And then she mentioned me, Terry Time, that he had talked terrible about me. Well, he did. But Josie, he dirty deleted all those videos. I had clips of them, and I didn't screenshot them like I should have. He'll never dirty delete anything else because, believe you me, everybody, I get screenshots now. It can't be deleted. He had said the most vile things about me, and he always uses people talk about his family as an excuse. I've never talked about his family, not one time, not ever. I called him ungrateful. The proof is still up there, Josie, if you need that. It's on my community tab. He never gave me a heart for any of the cash apps. He was going to give the money to the animal shelter, which he never did, but the other stuff is gone. The other stuff he called me is gone. And now I know why he switched it up and he doesn't talk bad about me anymore. He calls me Dolly Parton now. So when Josie was on the panel, he was commentating on it. He said, well, Josie, I call her Dolly Parton. Who could be mad about that? I'm not talking about that Pull Stick. I'm talking about before you dirty deleted all your videos where you were talking vile about me. That's the ones I was talking about. And you still are ungrateful. And if that bothers you, I'm going to say it. Ungrateful. Never a thank you for a cash app. Never a thank you for a super chat, which stopped a long time ago. I'm not mad at you, Pizza, because I know that Johnny was gassing you up. I know that he dropped you immediately when this live was over. And you redeemed yourself because I have some clips of you talking very nice about me later in this. Now we're going to hear how Pull Stick talks about me nowadays, now that Josie filed the lawsuit on. He's changed his tune.
You know what I call that particular individual? I call her Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
I call her Dolly Parton because, you know, if she wasn't such a... but anyway, what? I'm hoping for it. You know what I call that particular individual? I call her Dolly Parton. I call her Dolly Parton.
See, I couldn't figure out why he changed it up, but now I know. Josie filed a lawsuit on him. And it would have looked bad for him to have all them filthy, vile things he said about me when I never mentioned his family. Not one time. I have never mentioned anyone's family, ever. I don't do that. I don't call people. I don't get calls from people because I have a funny little thing on my phone that has block. I can even block people on my landline. I can block emails. So if you're getting calls and emails from people that are bothering you, hit the block. It's real simple. Simple, people. Now I'm going to play another little clip from the pool stick who changed his whole tune about me because of a lawsuit, which he got served because he certainly didn't want any of those vile things up there.
Oh, but anyway, why would Dolly Parton, of all people, be supporting an individual like Johnny Mack?
I don't now. I saw the light.
And actually give drugs to his kids. But anyway, why would Dolly Parton, of all people, be supporting an individual like Johnny Mack, who likes to be his wife?
Just to make it very clear, I don't have any idea if Johnny Mack gives his wife methadone, but I have talked to Tabitha, and I love that woman. And I'm not going to say any more about Johnny Mack except to prove he was wrong about editing that video. I got proof. And he egged Pizza on to saying the things he was saying. And he uses Pizza, just like the women in the bottom feeder use Jan. They're easily manipulated people. They get gassed up very easily, and people can get them to say shit that they don't dare to say. Pizza, I don't hold that against you. You have other personal problems with people that I've never had with you. Because like I said, people don't call or get a hold of me unless I let them. That is why the pool stick all of a sudden changed my name from meth head in Texas with a dry pussy that's dry as the Sahara and breasts that hang in the cellar to Dolly Parton because he needed to, because he's got a lawsuit coming up. Too little, too late, pool stick. I'll never, never, never be friends with you, like you, or anything else. Now I have some more gems, some more pool stick gems, and I think the B might be on these.
Angela, what? Terry, what? Oh my God! Come on, bro. The lady started calling me ungrateful. The most I've ever said.
You are ungrateful.
Is that she's a meth head? What are you talking about? And you can have your money back. Yeah.
Give it to me then. I want my money back.
And I call her Angela, what? Terry, what? Oh my God! Come on, bro. The lady started calling me ungrateful. The most I've ever.
Now this is recent. This is when he was arguing with Josie on Angel's panel. He didn't meant to call me a meth head. He called me a meth head all the time, but he is still ungrateful. He told me he was going to give that money to an animal shelter. He never has. He never has. The cash apps are on my community page. And that is what started our fight. And I don't know why he started talking about my look. Everybody knows I do snap. I told it myself. They didn't find it out. I admitted it. I've always admitted it. Nobody has got anything on me because it's out there. But I didn't even know I had that clip of Josie. I couldn't figure out why Josie was playing my lives because I never went and watched them when she was playing the lives where I was calling Pool Stick out. But see, Josie, there's no evidence of that because he dirty deleted all the videos. They're gone. But you, Johnny, you can't dirty delete nothing because everything I get now, I screen record. So delete all you want. I've got it. I've got the best investigators on YouTube. The best. So don't be trying to dirty delete stuff. I've got it. I don't get on here and run my mouth unless I have proof. I learned the hard way that if you just yap, it's just your word against theirs. So I like to play their words. I didn't even know I had that gem of the Angel Gotti stuff.
And I called her an old hag that needs, she needs, doesn't have it in the water. That's what
I get it often.
That lady. She called me ungrateful. So I said, oh, so you're going to use the woman card now? And I called her an old hag that needs, she needs it, doesn't have it in the water. That's all I said about, pretty much about that.
That's not all you said about me. I am old. But you said that my Virginia was dried up. So I want to again say that this is an episode brought to you by KY Lubricants. So I'm not dry down there. Pool stick. And I can take a beaten pool stick. So why don't you come at me with your pool stick? See how much good it does you. Don't be trying to get out from under what you did just because you dirty deleted that stuff. And I got you saying again that you would pay me back for the Cash App, so they add up to a little over $400. So I'll be waiting for a donation to an animal shelter, and I want proof of it. You can pick the animal shelter. I don't even care. I'd rather have it go to the Animal Defense League of Texas, but you go ahead and pick an animal shelter. You liar. You ungrateful, lying, woman-beaten pool stick.
'70s and something, and he's talking about her body parts and God knows what else.
What do you mean her body parts? She got big breasts like Dolly Parton. Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad? I cannot say that Terry has big breasts.
She pulls them out on TV.
Oh, great. Crash dummy. The crash dummy speaks.
He's talking about her body parts and God knows what else.
What do you mean her body parts? She got big breasts like Dolly Parton. Is that a bad thing? Is that about? I cannot say that Terry has big breasts.
She pulls them out on TV. She says it all.
Listen to me, crash dummy. I haven't mentioned your name, but since you want to put your mouth in there, how about you pulling your little private parts out when there were kids there? How about that? I have never pulled my breast out. Never. I have in my porn room, and if you want to see them, you can go over there and pay money to see them. Crash dummy, you'd be better off keeping your mouth shut because you hadn't been in this till right now. I have never pulled my breast out. And if I had a picture, which I happen to have, of what you were pulling out, I would be very careful when and how I open my mouth up. Crash dummy. I hope this is the last time I have to mention you. Because I wasn't even messing with you, because you rarely speak. And then when you do speak, you try to cover for the pool sticks bad language about me by saying I pull my breast out. One time, I did have some nippage show. One time, and I didn't even notice it till after I watched it. Guess what? It's still up. I don't take my stuff down like some people. So you better watch your mouth, crash dummies. Crash dummies are not known to have a vocabulary. So don't ruin your nickname. And that came from Pizza too. And it's a wonderful nickname, Pizza. I'm stealing it. Crash Dummy is perfect for him. And don't make me send the picture around again. Believe me, anybody that's seen it does not want to see it again.
She pulls them out on TV. She says it all.
Yeah, she said she just did a video the other day, Josie. Almost exposing herself.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost.
See how this lady tries to bring up,
She pulls them out on TV. She says it all.
Yeah, she said she just did a video the other day, Josie. Almost exposing herself.
Almost. Almost.
See how
because guess what, fellas? If you want to see me, you can find my old porn room on Pal Talk. It's called Shaker Ladies Show and Tell Pay Room. And you can pay $30 to join. And you can stay in there on the weekend and look at me all you want, but you'll be paying money. Because I've never pulled anything out on YouTube. Never. And for you, Crash Dummy, when I've got that pitiful picture of you, I would be the last one to be opening my mouth up about anything. The very last one. But you're not nicknamed Crash Dummy for nothing. I forgot I even had these people. These are extra added things that I didn't even know I had. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Wait. See? Okay. Look at that.
So every time went live with race car thing guy and Joey Dimes. Oh, look at that. Wait. See, okay. Look at that. So every time went live with race car thing guy.
Look who he has for a panelist. A cartoon bee that doesn't even know who Rolex and race cars is, doesn't even know who Joy Dimes is, and so what if I did go live with him? So what? Pool Stick is stuck with going live with a cartoon bee and a crash dummy. I have real men that actually think. And by the way, B, I heard that you said I was talking real nice to people. Of course I was, because it was supposed to be on Rolex's channel. He had sound difficulties, so he came to my channel, but it was still his show. And when I have panelists, I don't overtalk them. I let them talk. And I was pulling the comments up so they could read the comments. You should learn some etiquette. You really should be, because you take over every panel you're on, and I don't. If I have somebody up here with me, or if I'm up there with them, I try to let people talk. I don't talk over them like you do with your idiotic grin and your idiotic cartoon. So, Pool Stick, you're friends with Angel now. Good luck with that. I see she takes everybody in that needs a home. Guess what? You're next. You needed a home. But I know why you're now lightened up on me and told the bee to keep it in the hide, because guess what? You know you've got a lawsuit, and if I'd have known that you were going to delete those hideous videos of me, you better believe she'd have, because I would have gave them to her.
I'm just very happy now that she has now denounced Tony Pizza and Johnny Mack, so she now gets to declare her love for Joey Dimes. Yeah, and Race Car could not figure out how to work his stream, so I'm just very happy now that she has now denounced Tony Pizza.
Actually, I denounced Johnny Mack. I have always denounced Tony Pizza because of the animal abuse that I witnessed, not hearsay, and actually not Leon. It was the other dog, Banjo. So you're wrong, B. It's Johnny Mack who I've denounced. I'm still going to watch Pizza because I find him entertaining. I find him funny. I know some people don't, because he's went personal with them and called them and all that stuff. He's done none of that stuff to me. He comes up with the cleverest nicknames. And I've actually seen FBS play his clips and laugh, because he has some funny word salad. He says words funny, like scapegoat. No, he says a scapegoat. And I've seen FBS laugh out loud. I've seen Stand Up Guy play his whole live. I've seen Pool Stick play his lives. B, I've even seen you play his live. So you're all using him for content. And that means only one thing, that he's entertaining and nobody knows what he's going to say. But I can't excuse the dog abuse. But when he goes live, you better believe I'm watching him, because he's liable to come out with anything. And if you listen, you will get some truth out of the stuff he says. Not everything, but there'll be some truth coming out of his mouth. And the rest of you use his content just like Durkee and the Durkeyverse. They all play Durkee's content. And now Kevin's trying to call me, and I told him not to. So I'm going to have to wait until I get off this live. I don't feel like doing a Kevin interview, because he will flip out over some of the stuff this dude is saying about me.
And Race Car could not figure out how to work his stream, so they had to go over Terry Times. They called you Pool Stick. Joey Dimes says you're the biggest bully in the community. And
Joey Dimes?
what? And Race Car could not figure out how to work his stream, so they had to take it over to Terry Times. They called you Pool Stick. Joey Dimes says you're the biggest bully in the community. And
actually, B, you're wrong. Rolex and I called him the biggest bully. I don't recall Joey Dimes saying that. But who would Who would argue with a cartoon, a Sesame Street character? Really, who would argue with that? Who would argue with that? And so what if you had technical difficulty? I got a very good response to that video. The only thing was the ladies wanted Rolex to be up there without an avatar because they know he's fine looking and they wanted to see him. So B, if you're going to talk about things, you need to play it like I do so nobody can argue with what was said, because I think Rolex and I called him the biggest bully. I don't remember Joey Dimes saying he was the biggest bully. I think Joey Dimes was more after pizza on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he said you're the biggest bully in the community. And you know how Terry Time calls you pool cue? I'm sorry, pool stick.
Okay.
I'm the pool stick.
But can you give me the timestamp of him saying that?
Oh, yes, he said you're the biggest bully in the community. And you know how Terry Time calls you pool cue?
No, she can't give you the timestamp because Joey Dimes never said that. That was Rolex and I saying that. Joey Dimes was focused on pizza because he has a personal problem with pizza, phone calls and stuff that I've never had. Pizza talks about me, and I think it's funny. I don't even really get mad at him. Poolstick has said worse things about me than pizza ever has. Ever. Now he's backed off because of a lawsuit, which I finally put together because I didn't know Josie, didn't know who she was, didn't know what she was up to.
Because they asked who they thought the biggest problem was, and he said, "Oh yeah, so close to bully." Terry Time agreed.
That's right.
But so what I did find out also is Johnny Mack and pizza have not completely broken up. It's because they asked who they thought the biggest problem was, and he said, "Oh yeah, so close to bully." And Terry Time agreed and the bully. But so what I did find out also is Johnny Mack and pizza have not completely broken.
That bee knows everything, people. That bee knows everything.
Oh, I'm not going to give you any more. He's going to pretend that he wiped a clean slate, but not. Oh, but Terry Time says even though she doesn't like pizza because he is a dog abuser, she still says he's the funniest person in this genre.
Yes.
Wow. That sounds a little...
Oh, I'm not going to give you any more. He's going to pretend that he wiped a clean slate, but not. Oh, but Terry Time says even though she doesn't like pizza because he is a dog abuser, she still says he's the funniest person.
That's absolutely right. If he wasn't the funniest and the most shocking, off the leash person, then everybody wouldn't be playing his content. There are at least 10 channels that do nothing but play his content. That's a sign that you're entertaining. Whether you hate him or like him, it's entertaining. The same way with Durkee. There's at least 20 channels making their content off of him. There used to be at least 10 bottom feeder channels that made their content off of Jen, but she went to jail. So now they're kind of stuck with bashing each other because their content's gone. So what would you call somebody that everybody plays their clips and copies? Somebody that's entertaining, right? Right, B?
Genre.
Wow. That sounds a little bit oxymoronic.
Okay, here's a word for you, FBS, since you like to catch Tony slipping up. Here's a word for you, pull stick. It's not oxymoronic. It's oxymoron. So there's a pizza word coming out of pull stick's mouth. Don't try to be pizza. You're not that clever. You're not that smart. It's not oxymoronic. It's oxymoron. Got it? Pull stick. Going to try to use a word that you come up with, pronounce it right, know what the meaning of it is, put your pull stick away. I never called you a ripper or that other thing, hombre or what the fuck ever it was. I've always called you pull stick because you beat a woman with a pull stick. I don't know about the rape charges. Look to me like you didn't get charged with that. But I have never said a thing about your family. None of them. The dead ones or the ones that are alive. I don't talk about people's family. It's not oxymoronic. It's oxymoron. Get it right. You're not witty enough to be pizza, so don't try.
Easy. Like Tony Pizza's got the best content.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that, just enough.
This genre.
Wow. That sounds a little bit oxymoronic. Kind of do.
I know, that's just crazy. That's crazy. Like Tony Pizza's got the best content.
He does.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that name just enough.
This genre.
Wow. That sounds a little bit oxymoronic. Kind of do.
Why don't you learn what oxymoronic is not a word. It's oxymoron, you idiot. And you're still a woman beater. And you're still ungrateful. And I heard you again say on these clips that you would give me the money, so give it to me. It adds up to over $400. Or give it to an animal shelter, but be sure and give me a receipt. Because I've been hearing that you don't even have your little old Corvette anymore. I know you don't have your own place. So, don't try to be Tony Pizza. You can't do it. He's one of a kind, just like Jen Bailey, just like Dirty. They're all one of a kind. And everybody uses their content because they're funny. They say whatever they want to say. They come up with the best nicknames for everybody. But I'm not going to use woke jokes and turkey basters anymore. I'm going to use pronoun people. And I got that from the Hodge twins, the conservative twins. They call all the woke joke people pronoun people. So that's what I stole from them.
I know, that's just crazy. That's crazy. Like Tony Pizza's got the best content.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that name just enough.
This genre.
Wow. That sounds a little bit oxymoronic.
Oxymoronic. Oh my God. Now I want you to hear what Tony said about me. Joy Dimes, Florida guy, is spamming the chat with a grumpy name and Brittany name. Hey, Sophie, will you drop the links, your link, Joy Dimes's link, Rolex and race cars, Dana's, your link. I think that's it. And if you can think of any other ones, drop them. Okay, now this is what Tony said about me, and I found this priceless. And he just said this last night. So I'm going to try to help him figure out, because I'll let you hear it in his own words as only he can say it.
Fucking making comments. Every time telling everybody I'm a dog abuser, but I'm the funniest fucking guy on YouTube. I don't know whether I like Terry Time or I don't like Terry Time. I don't know which way to go with that fucking person. I really don't. I mean, I really don't know. She's got me confused. She's the first person to confuse me on here. Fucking making comments. Every time telling everybody.
I take that as a compliment. I'm the first person to confuse him. Tony, don't be unconfused. I think you're funny and witty and you make wonderful nicknames and I listen to you, but I can't get past, and it wasn't really with Leon, it was with the other dog, Banjo, that upset me. And I am an animal advocate. And I know that you think women are woke jokes and emotional and get too upset over dogs, and I agree. But I've been in the animal rescue business for years. I've had horses, and I agree there are some women that we call barn witches that get a little carried away with their horses. But what I saw you did to Banjo, I just can't overlook it. But that doesn't mean that I will not give you the credit you're due when everybody is playing your content, but I just can't back you because of I'm going to play your clips like the rest of them do. And I think it's a compliment that I'm the first broad in his life that he hasn't been able to figure out, because you know why? Because I tell the truth. I don't cloudy the waters. I say what I say and I mean what I say. That's why he can't figure me out. And Pizza, I don't like beta males. I like straight up alpha males. But I thought that was telling of him saying that. So I hope I helped you out with that, Pizza. That I can not like the dog abuse part and still realize that I have seen FBS belly laugh over stuff he says. I've seen him use clips. I've seen stand-up guy play whole lives. I've seen, there's several channels. Oh, drop Joey Dimes' link too, Sophie. That use him. They use him because he's funny, people. He's funny and he's a train wreck. And those kind of people are hard to find. And when you find one like that, you hold on to him. It doesn't mean I have to forget the dog abuse. I won't ever do that. But I'm going to admit, and he's never done all the vile stuff he's done to the rest of you, mainly because I have a block system. I don't accept it. But Johnny Mack, I will never forgive. Never. Or Pool Stick. Never. Never going to happen.
She probably should have confused me on here every time. I tell you the truth. First person that really fucking confused me. She's bashing me in one breath and then praising me in the next breath. And told me something a bit like that. She said, and then the B almost got, she probably should have confused me on here every time. I tell you the truth. First person that really fucking confused me. She's bashing me in one breath and then praising me in the next breath. And told me something a bit like that. She said, and then the B almost got, she probably should have confused me on here every time. I tell you the truth. First,
I'm happy I confuse you, Pizza, but I think I'm crystal clear to everybody else. I tell the truth as I see it, my truth. I don't call CPS. I've never called a cop, never called a job, never talked about a family member, never posted a family member. So I have a way better, higher degree. I don't think Rolex goes for that stuff. Joey Dimes, it's got his own personal problems with pizza way before I got in the picture. But I have to judge people. I know the bottom feeders will all do that. Every one of them, except Sophie. And I don't consider Sophie a bottom feeder. The rest of them will all do it. And they'll do it at a drop of a hat. You all experience Lauren. You all know she does it. She called Texas Rangers. I don't do that shit. I think it's stupid to make phone calls, personally.
and then the B almost got to a fight with Tony Soto because he been out there every time. And the B stepped up to every time. So, where, that was kind of funny. Did anybody catch that? When Terry time says, and then the B almost got to a fight with Tony Soto because he been out there every time. And the B stepped up every time. So, where,
I don't, now this part, I've never heard the bee stick up for me, but he might have seen something I didn't see. I didn't see her and Pool Stick getting a fight, but I know he does bow down to the bee. It's going to be, I'm going to be waiting to see who wins this fight, Angel Gotti or the bee, because the bee's not going to tolerate Angel Gotti being ahead of her. I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen. There's going to be a showdown over that. But Pizza saw something, you heard him say it with his own words, that the bee stuck up for me and SoFlo didn't like it. I don't know when or where. I didn't get a clip of it. So B, if you stuck up for me, thank you. It's the only thing I need to thank you for. Because the rest of you are a joke. Code, you need to keep your mouth shut. I've never showed my breast on a live. Never. That would be you showing your private parts, not me. That would be you, crash dummy.
where, that was kind of funny. Did anybody catch that when Terry time said something nice about me and the B repeated it on that show? Soto didn't like it. He said something bad. The B put Soto. Where, that was kind of funny. Did anybody catch that?
No, Tony, I didn't catch it.
Nice about me,
but I'm glad you told me.
on that show.
I did not catch that. I've never heard the bee stick up for me. I hope this ain't the same one over again, I think. If it is, I got one more to go. Did anybody catch that?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, that guy almost made me like the bee. That almost made me like the bee.
He almost like
because the bee wasn't going to fucking take something time. Yeah.
Tony, I know nobody tells you what to do or think, but please don't stick up for the bee. Please don't. She is a wolf in bee's clothing.
Made me like the bee. You know what I mean? Because the bee wasn't going to fucking take some folks' side over Terry time. Right? I could take that. So she was narrating, made me like the bee. You know what I mean? Because the bee wasn't going to fucking take cell phone side over every time. Right? I could take that. You know. So she was married.
Okay, you got to hear the lost video. You got to hear Pizza. Can't figure me out. The only broad in his whole life. Figure it out, Pizza. I like your style. I think a lot of people think you're funny or they wouldn't be using your content. You don't use the content of people that aren't interesting. But I just cannot get past that banjo video I saw. And I know you think women are woke jokes and emotional with animals, and you're right. But I've been in the animal advocacy program longer than you've been alive. And I am not I know what's right and what's wrong. I wish I'd never seen that video, but I did, and I can't unsee it. But I will still, every time you go live, I listen because I just can't wait to think of your words you use and everybody's playing your content. And you might even be bigger than Durkee because everybody plays Durkee's content too, and he's not near as witty as you. Jan was as witty as you, but then she spiraled. But they used her like they do you. They gassed her up, got her to say things she wouldn't normally say, just like Johnny Mack did you, not holding you responsible for any of the cartel stuff you said. And believe it or not, people, I don't just keep my dogs. I don't know how that would be a laundry. How would that work? And I want to tell Dixie again, thank you for the Cash App. It'll go to the Animal Defense League. Did you drop Joey Dimes' channel? I can't read the comments without my glasses on. There are a few binge. I've only saw the one where he threw it in the back seat, and I couldn't watch it. I really can't hardly stand to see animal abuse videos. I really can't. It bothers me bad. But I have something special for Miss Can't Be Wrong, so I'm about done with this. But hang on, because I want to show you something very special, and you're going to love it. Miss Can't Be Wrong, so hold on. Okay, Miss Can't Be Wrong, this is for you. This is Giovanni. And look, he's going to have a blue eye, too. Yeah, you got a fan on here. Giovanni. And Tony, I do sell my puppies. Say hi to Miss Can't Be Wrong. She was asking about you because you're a very unique little guy. Can you see him, Miss Can't Be Wrong? One little brown spot. Blue eye. One blue eye. Hi, Jesco. Jesco, did you drop Jesco's link? I haven't seen you, Jesco. I hope you didn't miss this whole show, but actually, you probably wouldn't have cared nothing about it. But I'm glad Jesco's in here because I did hear Pool Stick, and I heard this on my own. I didn't get a clip from my informants. Pool Stick said he was talking to some Teresa Baby Marie, whoever that is. Maybe Jesco knows her. But he said that he was going to drop Rustin's real name. Well, Pool Stick, you're about a year too late because I did that a year ago. The whites already know who he is. And if they accept him, they accept him. You're late. They know he's Nicholas Colacone. They've already seen the Breitbart stuff. You're a year too late and $1 short, and you got a B. You're deferring to a cartoon B, so don't try to get ahead of me. That's a rhyme. Look at this, people. Is that a unique puppy or not? Jesco, do you know, Carlos, do you know Jesco White, the dancing outlaw? He's famous. You need to sign up to his channel. If you don't, he's a star. I want to get you to come up here with me sometime, Jesco. I'd love to interview you. My God, I'm the biggest fan you've ever had in your life. I know I'm your biggest fan. I know I am. And you are so sweet. And I got you out specifically for Miss Can't Be Wrong because she asked about you. Thank you, Jessica. Isn't he cute? He's a peekapoo. Half Pekingese and half poodle. Hi, Mona. So adorable. I did this just for Miss Can't Be Wrong because she asked me a special question about him. And he's going to a lovely home. A wonderful, lovely home. A sweet girl in Houston. And I'll get plenty of pictures of him that I can show you. Look at his coat. He's already getting a furry coat. Jesco's an animal lover too. Did you drop his channel, Sophia? You probably did because I haven't been able to see this chat. There you go. There's Jesco's channel. Subscribe to it, everybody. He's a star. Jesco, someday will you come up here with me and let me do an interview? I'll be so nervous I probably won't even be able to ask you anything. I need to get on your waiting list for a baby. Well, you sure can. You will sure get on my waiting list. I had 3 girls and 2 boys in this litter. And Jesco, if you want one of these babies, I will give you one. I won't even sell it to you. I'd be so honored for you to have one of my babies. I would give you one. And I'll drive where you live and deliver it. Would you like to go live with Jesco? You would? Will you drive to put me on the list? I'll put you on the list. You're number 1, Jesco. In fact, if one of these people backs out on one of these, do you care if you get a boy or a girl? Because I can, the 3 other ones are sables. And then I have another one that's party like this, but it doesn't have the black and white face. It just has a regular, God, you're so cute. I can barely stand the thought of you going. Jesco, I'd be proud to have you have one of my puppies. I will put you on my list. And I want you to do an interview with me, please. Because I don't think very many people know you as good as I do. I've followed you and watched your videos, everything, forever. I'll name her Terry. Oh my God. Did you hear that? What could be better than having a peekapoo named Terry? Jesco, I love you. And you will definitely. In fact, I've gotten deposits on these, but the one lady in Florida is not sure. And if she changes her mind, it'll be one of the little sable girls. I will let you know immediately. And this is the reason I can't back pizza 100% because I love animals so much. And just the thought of anybody abusing any of them, I just can't. I just can't do it. I think this dog may be a star too. Look at it. It's already being in the starlight. So everybody, I did this live. Rolex, the ladies want to see your face. So please get rid of the avatar. I've seen you. I know you're handsome. Joey, you were a wonderful guest. Everybody loved you. Everybody loved the live. I played all the clips. I hope I straightened Pizza out on why he can't figure me out. Maybe he will now. He's so adorable. I want to jump in the screen and cuddle him. I love you, Jesco, and I will let you know if one of those ladies backs out on one of them girls. I know it'll be a girl. Does that matter? Because the 2 boys I already got deposits on. But if the girl backs out on the girl, I will show it to you and send you a thing. Come on, Rolex, drop that avatar. Ladies want to see a good-looking man. Joey, good-looking, but he can't handle all the women. He's going to need help. Carlos needs to get up here with me, too. You want a girl? Okay. That's what I have 3 girls and 2 boys. So I'm going to let everybody go now. I played the clips. I think I touched base on everything. Pretty sure Jesco came in here. What more could I ask? Please go check Jesco out. And if you just type his name in YouTube, all these wonderful videos will come up of him mountain dancing. It's memorized. Oh, I love it. I just love it. I seen Rolex on Johnny Mack. What are you talking? Yeah, he did. Did he have Avatar on there or not? Have a good day, everyone. Hey, Spiky, Jesco, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I played the missing link of the video. If I have them, if anybody wants them, I can send them to you. And just so you know, Johnny Mack and all you bottom feeders, if the name Terry Time gets mentioned, even in a whisper, I will get the clip because I have the best investigators on YouTube. The best. So, have a wonderful Sunday. Jesco, I've got you on the list. That one girl from Florida, she's already got 2 of my puppies. So she may be willing to wait till another litter because I really, really want you to get one of these puppies. Oh, I'd love it. And I know you would show it to me. Watch it grow. It'd be great. So Giovanni and I say, ciao, everyone. Thank you, Sophie, Joey, everybody, Jesco. Bye. Thanks for coming in. Bye, Dung Beetle.